Would you stop headbanging to the intro music?
It's good.
Okay. Whatever. All right, so we've laughed our asses off at Tom Segura.
Yes.
You've seen your first snippet of Steven Seagal's.
Yes.
And so those are the ones that I wanted you to react to because
Correct.
you've never seen them now.
No.
One thing that we haven't, there's two things that we know for a fact that actually three if you think about it. Three things.
Right.
Epic beards.
Which I just cut 9 inches of mine off.
Twitter.
Wife.
I have a woman who shapes mine every 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I'm such a bitch. Okay. The second thing we have in common.
Wait. Hold on. Dude, that's fucking awesome.
I know, right? Wednesday, 2:15. Leah's going to do that. It's Shaping Magic. It's great. Okay, here we go. Okay. The second thing we have in common, we're both from South Louisiana, Lafayette.
Born and raised.
The third thing we have in common that I didn't know until after we had met is that our number one metal band of all time in our lifetime is Pantera. Okay.
I've actually had tickets to see them 5 times and never got to see them.
Dude, I saw them in Dallas I was there in Dallas when they recorded the 180 Proof concert. I was there for that. So if you see the 180 Proof live show, I was in the concert. It's in Reunion Arena when they did it.
Okay, we're done.
I'm sorry, but okay. So
anyway.
I lived in Dallas,
right?
So that if you're an Abbott brother, and I mean that's where they're from. They do Rex. A lot of their shows there, huh?
And Rex.
Yeah, and Rex. Rex is cool, by the way. Rex is cool.
He's my favorite member of the bass player
because he's unassuming.
Yeah. Have you read his book?
Yes, I have. It was
freaking amazing
because he has such a good insight about the brothers and everything else. Okay, so we're both huge Pantera fans, and we were both saddened about, of course, the loss of Dime.
Yes.
And of course, we just lost Vinny.
Yes.
Rex
Too
is
young.
Yeah,
Too young.
Yeah. Rex is doing Rex's thing. Fuck Phil. I don't know what Phil's doing. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a Pantera thing. So I also know who Black Label Society are.
Yes.
I do not know a lot of their music. I know who they are by reputation, and this is how I know. Weird side story.
Is there any other kind of side story?
Not with me.
No.
Okay. I'm a fan of Chris Jericho. For those who don't know for people who don't know who Chris Jericho is, he's the son of a famous hockey player from Canada.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Nobody else knows that either. It's Chris Jericho. He's a wrestler, okay? He's
WCW and WWE.
WWE and now AEW.
Yeah.
But that's not what he's famous for us.
No.
For us, he's famous because he's part of a band called Fozzy. Okay? Now, you would think that a wrestler, a pro wrestler in spandex, leading a metal rock band wouldn't get a lot of credence. However,
he's a badass.
He is well respected by the Black Label Society. Now, for those who don't know who the Black Label Society are, they are a group, and not just a group, but literally a tribe, a like brotherhood, a family.
Yeah.
In fact, I've seen on Zach Wilde, this gentleman, who leads Black Label Society, went on Chris Jericho's podcast and listened to the whole podcast. I was so enthralled by the fact that Black Label Society gives these cuts to the members, even if they're not in the band. And they have names for them.
Yes,
like
Brother Trump.
Well, they call
Eddie Trump.
Yeah, and Chris Jericho, they call him Brother Chris.
Yeah,
but they call Ozzy Osbourne is Archbishop or
Archbishop
Ozzy, and Sharon is also like
Queen Sharon.
They all have titles, Father, Archbishop, depending upon their level within.
You know who Eddie Trunk is?
No.
Okay, so Eddie Trunk did that metal show.
Okay,
and he was in the record business forever.
Yeah. Kind of like
Father Trump.
Okay, so there's and of course it's Father Zach, but he doesn't like being called that because he likes to be as humble as possible.
Yes,
Zach Wilde is known universally for being a very humble person.
Actually, he really is,
which is odd because he's such a huge.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, for those who don't know who Zach Wilde is, okay, this is the level of Zach Wilde. A lot of people may know the name, but they don't know his resume. And his resume extends going all the way back to when Ozzy Osbourne lost Randy Rhoads, who Ozzy said was my brother.
Yes.
And to Ozzy, the two greatest guitar players in his life until he lost Randy Rhoads were Tony.
Yep.
And Randy.
Yep.
And he said that without Randy, he would not have been able to come out of the funk of when he left Black Sabbath.
Right. Sorry.
Okay. Now, when he lost Randy, he said he was in a complete funk as well.
Yes.
And one of the guitar players that became part of his ensemble band throughout the years was Zach.
Right.
Zach was so instrumental in a lot of Ozzy's work throughout the years that a lot of people don't know that he's also a movie star.
Yes, I was fixing to bring that up with Mark Wahlberg.
He played the lead guitarist in
Rockstar. Rockstar.
In Rockstar, in the movie Rockstar. Yeah. He was in Steel Dragon.
Yes.
He was and what's funny was he didn't have his beard.
No.
He shaved his beard. He was just like, yeah, man, and he's up there and he's whipping his hair.
Actually, no. He did not have a beard until after that movie.
After the movie.
After the movie is when he started growing the beard out.
Because I know him with the beard.
Yes.
Now.
Useless knowledge over here. Total.
Yeah, he's going to know more about Black Label Society than I do. But I do know that there was a show. And I don't even know why we're talking about this, but fuck it. It's my reaction channel. Why not? One thing that I remember about Black Label Society, and the first time I ever heard of them, there was a show on MTV where there were bands trying to become the next heavy metal group.
Yeah.
It was like making the band, but it was making the metal band.
Fist. Wasn't that with a supergroup with Jason Bottom?
Sort of, but this was like there were 8 bands. There were 8 metal bands.
Wrong show.
Okay, and it was like making the band where there was like a competition, and it was produced by Sharon Osbourne. And the idea was the winner of this show was going to get to play at Ozfest. And one of the bands got eliminated from the competition because they went to an Ozfest and worked as roadies to help out. And this idiot was telling girls in the crowd that he was the clown from Slipknot without his makeup on.
What a dumbass.
Wait. And they found out. And Zakk Wylde found out. And when I tell you, there was literally, they held court. On the show, they had this guy crying. You had Zach with his cut on.
Yeah.
Going, do you know who this, beep, 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 beep. This is Brother Clown. And when he said that, I went, why the fuck did he call him Brother Clown? And then as you did the research, you were like, oh my God, the members of Slipknot are members of the BLS.
Yep.
As members of the church.
Yep.
And I was like, oh no. And as I did more research, I found out that the clown is one of the founding members of Slipknot.
Yes.
He's one of the older gentlemen, and he's one of the percussionists.
Yeah.
His
name's Sean Crahan.
Yeah.
He created the band in Des Moines, Iowa, with the old drummer Joey Jordison.
Okay, yeah. And I heard that Joey Jordison actually left the band / fired. Like, there's some confusion about whether he was actually fired or not, but it wasn't because he was high or drug abuse. It was because he developed a serious neurological condition, which left him partially paralyzed for like a year and a half or something. And he had to learn how to walk all over again. Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, now he has a band.
Yeah, well, no, he had not the Murder Dolls. I think it is the Murder Dolls. He's had them for a while now.
Yeah.
Just like Corey Taylor's had Stone Sour and stuff like that.
The last tour dates, they took a break, and then the last rebound tour dates on the Remembrance Tour, after they lost Gray,
right?
The last 3 shows, they had to carry him to the drum set because he couldn't walk.
Oh, okay.
And it was some kind of neurological disease when he went back to Iowa.
Right.
He couldn't get out of bed for 3 months. Everyone thought it was because he was drug abusing.
Right.
Come to find out, they did therapy and stuff, and now he can play again. But it was literally from an inflammation of the spinal cord, which caused complete stenosis in his legs.
Damn, that.
Yeah. So there's a lot more to that story than what people really know. Right. That has nothing to do with this reaction.
Okay, let's get back on track.
Now, we started this conversation talking about Pantera, how much I love Pantera.
Correct.
And apparently what you had told me is I have to watch this video.
And the reason I said that was because of going back to the video with Eddie Van Halen, how much you love Pantera, which I was very glad to hear, and that you talked about Zakk Wylde, and so this song is basically Zakk's ode to Dimebag.
Oh shit. Well, I cannot even say that I've heard a single Black Label Society song, which that makes me a shithead, but I'm willing to listen to all of them. But I have a feeling this could be very emotional for me to see this. And you probably won't like, you've probably heard 1,000 times this song.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes. Absolutely one of my favorite of all time.
Does it still give you chills?
Yes, especially when I watch the video.
Here we go. All right, so like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Mike, for coming all this way to hang out with us. This is Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society. The song is called In the River. In this river. And his ode to Dimebag Darrell.
Correct.
Now, this was actually made before we lost Vinny, right?
Oh, yeah. Long time before we lost Vinny.
All right, so here we go. Let's check this out. What?
Okay, so before we start, just so you know, Phil Anselmo was asked about before, drummer.
Vinny.
Paul. Yeah, sorry, brain fart. Before Vinny passed, what if they could reconcile their differences and have Zakk fill in for Dimebag? And Philip said, look, Zakk is one of the most amazing guitar players out there.
Props.
But he doesn't have Dimebag's tone. He would have to play in a different tone because of the way Dimebag.
That is 100% correct.
Yeah.
And I haven't even heard Zakk Wylde's tone yet.
Yeah.
But I know that for a fact that Dimebag's resonance is
so unique.
His tone, the resonance of his tone is so drawed out that he doesn't even have to play fast to have a guitar solo. He can play 5 tones, 5 plucks, and the way he contorts with the strings and manipulates, he can draw that it's almost a metallic, haunting sound of his guitar. It's unique to only one person.
Cemetery Gates.
Could he do it? I think Zakk Wylde could do it if he did the same setup as Dime.
Yeah.
We're talking about Zakk Wylde. He could probably play anything, but now it's a foregone conclusion you can't.
No.
With both Abbott brothers gone,
no, they're done.
It's just a memory, and that's the way it needs to stay. All right, so this is Zakk Wylde, Black Label Society, In This River. If anybody has a disagreement with anything we've said or doesn't like what we've said and thinks we're full of shit, his name is Michael
Alvarado.
Not old school nerd. This guy over here.
I will comment on the videos, and then you can reply back with anything you disagree with.
See how we do this? All right. I'm just trying to keep the peace. He's trying to pick a fight.
I'm just stating the facts.
For me. Let's go.
Try not to.
Try not to sing. Try not to cry. Shit.
Are you ready, Dime? I don't know, Zakk. I'm kind of scared. Me too. Let's do it.
Did they know each other as kids?
I don't believe.
But, okay, the camaraderie is there. Like lifelong friends. Got it.
Right. That is for sure.
I've been around this world, yet I see no end. All shall fade to black again and again. This storm that's broken me, my only friend, yeah. In this river, all shall fade to black. In this river, ain't no coming back. In this river, all shall fade to black. Ain't no coming back. step away just to find myself. The door is closed again, the only one left. This storm that's broken me, my only friend, yeah. In this river all shall fade to black. In this river ain't no coming back. In this river all shall fade to black. In this river all shall fade to black. In this river ain't no coming back. In this river all shall fade to black. Ain't no coming back. In this river all shall fade to black. In this river ain't no coming back. In this river all shall fade to black. In this river all shall fade to black. In this river ain't no coming back. In this river all shall fade to black. Ain't no coming back.
All right, so the imagery of the song is haunting right from the beginning.
Yep.
Okay, you can see Dimebag because he has that quintessential razor blade necklace on and their Kiss t-shirts and stuff, which is freaking awesome. The symbolism of the river is, of course, the river Styx.
Right.
And once you enter the river or cross the river, can't come back.
Right.
I get the symbolism of all of it. I think for me, it's a wonderful ballad, and you don't realize how good of a voice that Zach
Right.
until he uses it.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows him as his guitar player, but
Yeah.
his voice is melodic, it's soothing.
Oh, it's amazing.
This song, I didn't expect it to be like this because it is so. I've done a lot of videos where I talk about how for a song to be commercial,
Yeah.
it has to follow a certain format.
Correct.
This song literally says, fuck your format.
Yeah.
It literally,
Right.
the chorus repeats itself throughout, even if he does little moments. But here's the thing I did notice. His tone of his guitar solo reminds me a lot of Dime.
Yeah.
On purpose.
In this song, it does.
Because he's purposefully walking through the different tones, and he's using what Dime used to do with a it's called a push pedal, where he would be able to manipulate on the deck in front of him.
Right.
He would push it down to. Zach's doing it with the knob on the guitar to pull stuff that Dime loved to do just experimentally, which is why Eddie Van Halen loved Dime, because what Eddie innovated with the tapping and the experimental sounds that he did with his guitar, people don't realize that Dime gives a lot of alternate tones that you don't see in heavy metal until he came around.
Right.
But the part of the song, of course, I think that gets everybody is towards the end, when they're in the river together, but once they lose each other's grip, Zach loses him and he can't get him back.
Right.
And it's funny, they go into the river as kids, but Zach comes out as an adult. Just yeah, it's
an amazing song, and
it's short. It's only just 4 minutes. It's not long for a song.
No,
Wow. That, I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen this before. So it's a couple things I need to do. I'm going to have to check out some more Black Label Society. That is not this song, just to get more. Give Zach and Black Label Society a chance to
come on. I got some suggestions.
You give me some suggestions. You're gonna give. Dude's leaving me a list of shit. He's like, okay, Alien Ant Farm. You know you're gonna. Okay. We're gonna do Alien Ant Farm. But you gotta do this one, because these are the really good ones. And we're gonna do. Mike knows what he wants to hear and see, so we're gonna make sure we take care of Mike. If you want to know, if you want a chance to pick out some songs, put them in the comments selections. Of course, Mike knows that. Mike's on my Patreon, so he sees a lot of the stuff that gets requested in Patreon. So between the number of people that have requested songs in the comments of YouTube and all of Patreon, it's a list. It's one hell of a list. It's some good stuff.
And look, I'm going to be honest with you. We set this up, last week. We have some personal things to take care of.
Yeah, and
so I thought I would use this time to cut the line and say, hey, I want you to do these for everybody else.
Yeah, and so far all of the things you're telling me, stuff I didn't think about, I was like, is that true? This, of course, Zach Wilde, knowing you knew I was gonna look at this and just lose it.
Yes.
There's Alien Ant Farm stuff coming up we had talked about.
Yes.
I talked to you about Sub 41 because Sub 41 may be kind of a...
41, yeah.
Sub 41 may be a little poppy in some of their songs, but there are other songs they do that are straight up Judas Priest, Iron Maiden tribute songs, and I'm like...
Yeah, their second album.
Is a lot like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, we're going to have to do that. All right, my name is Old School Nerd. This is Mike Alvarado. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on, dude.
It's 11 o'clock at night.
And we're still going strong.
I'm still burping fried oysters.
Dude, those were so good.
I know. Seriously, if you ever visit Lafayette, no, I may not pay for your dinner, but I can easily tell you where you got to go.
Do not go to Préjean's.
It's closed.
It is?
Préjean's has been closed since middle of COVID.
Yes!
They'll probably read.
It's overpriced.
That's another video that we'll do. The next cooking video, we got to do a crawfish bowl video because it's about that time. And when we do a crawfish bowl video, we are going to talk about the Cajun restaurants and the Cajun restaurants.
Yes.
There's a difference.
And we'll do a side-by-side because like you said in your gumbo cooking, the way your family does it and the way my family does it is about 70% the same, but every family does a little twist.
Like we're all in the same city, but he's 7 miles down the road. It's 7% different of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just mine.
Man, go fuck yourself. You know what? Your recipe might be better, but my beard's better, bitch.
Yeah. Oh.